All right, I'm going to move on now. As a break, I want to show you a video. Okay, now this video is called the marshmallow test.
Sit in that chair. All right, here's the deal. Marshmallow for you. You can either wait, and I'll give you another one if you wait, or you can eat it now. When I come back, I'll give you another, so then you'll have two. But stay in here and stay in the chair till I come back, okay? All right. I'm gonna go do something, and then I'll come back. It's yummy, yummy. Really good.
Okay, I'm going to fast forward a little bit here. Basically, it just shows how much suffering the children are going through trying to not take the marshmallow, right? But you see some of them, eventually, they either give in, like this girl here, I think. Did she give in? Oh, no. Still holding. Oh, there she goes. Nope. Oh. Oh, can't take it anymore. Going into the mouth. Oh, putting it back. Oh, no. No, I can do this. So I'm not sure whether you are aware what was the test about. So before the experiment started, basically the promise is this: if the child is able to keep the marshmallow as it is without taking it, by the time she comes back, he or she will be rewarded with more marshmallows. So what happened was there are some kids who couldn't resist, like this boy here. Oops. I'm going to fast forward this again for everyone. Let's see what happens at the end, right? Because we don't take up too much time. Loading.
Okay, now you can have both. You need them.
Yeah, so this was the boy who was able to withstand that temptation and help on right till the end, and he was rewarded with 2 marshmallows. All right, so now what I'm going to do now here is this, yeah. I'm going to actually stop sharing for a bit and then invite anyone to just, if you like to speak, just type maybe one and then share with me what you learned or what you observed from that video. Remember, this is a workshop. The more we discuss it or you discuss it with me or with the others, then you'll be able to remember this for a very, very long time. All right? So who would like to share or comment about the video we just saw? What happened in that room there with these children? What made the boy successful in terms of getting double the number of marshmallows? What happened? Anyone? If you like to share, just type 1 in the chat and then you may unmute your mic to speak. Anyone? Stage time is wealth time. Does anybody want to share what you learned from that video just now of the children? Okay, Kashish, go ahead. You can unmute your mic and share.
Hi.
Hello. Hi, Kashish.
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm from India. Just I would like to share in this age, sometimes we just feel we should take rest. It is difficult. We feel sometimes lethargic, lazy, and we just want to take rest because nobody is there to stop us. But rather than that, going and doing yoga, going for a walk, or doing some household chores, I think that is difficult. The way those kids were resisting themselves, refraining themselves not eating, that was really difficult. In the same way, we also feel in this age because now we are gaining fat and we are losing our fat, losing our muscle strength. So this is difficult for us, and I think this I learned. Hereafter, I think I will avoid taking rest, more rest. I would like to indulge myself in exercising or the going for a cycling or the yoga, but I will do it
Nice.
mindfully. Not I would uh, try to refrain myself from the autopilot mode. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kashish. There were some really powerful gems Kashish mentioned just now. Thank you. Kashish, you may mute your mic again. She talked about doing it mindfully, right? So that was a really powerful. We're going to talk a bit about that. How can we increase our willpower by being more mindful? All right. Sue, do you want to share? I see Sue would like to share as well. And then we have Ellie coming up next as well, is it? Sue, you may unmute your mic if you'd like to share.
Hi, actually driving, so I stopped my car now,
Oh,
so I can on the video because
wow.
it's dark. Okay, I want to share. I think it's about willpower. Like for me, example, because I was like 90 over kilos at that time, and then it was really hard. If we talk about exercise and everything, so it's the same as the kids. The willpower to being lazy and doing what we are doing all the time, like they, same old, and it's so comfortable. So it's also another word that come out from my mind is a comfort zone that actually we don't want to let go sometimes. So that is something that I wanted to share.
Thank you so much, Sue.
Thank you, everyone.
Sue,
Yeah, I'm from
thank you,
Malaysia, by the
Sue.
way.
Thank you, Sue. Sue's amazing. She's 53. She lost like easily like 15, maybe more kilograms with no Ozempic injections, drugs, nothing. It was just willpower and of course with some help from supplements from our clinic. Ellie, did you want to also share something or you just wanted to type in the chat? Feel free to unmute your mic if you'd like to share, Ellie. Do you want to share, Ellie? Or you're good just leaving that message on the chat? That's fine too. You need to unmute your mic first though. Oh, no worries. It's okay. All good. Temptation, right? We learn about temptation and how we can like stay off of temptation. Irene says it's all about endurance. How do we endure? Thank you. Thank you. All good. All good. Okay, I'm going to now continue on how we can all be a little bit more like this boy here, who was so amazing that he actually got rewarded at the end, right? Oh, his face, he was so happy. You know, he was the one who really managed to just stay off the temptation and right till the end. Okay, now let's talk a bit about willpower now. Now, we all know willpower is the key that leads to success. We talk about controlling our mind, right? We talk about mindset. So to me, we keep on hearing, oh, being positive and staying positive. It's easier said than done because our brain is hardwired to be negative. We have scientists says, or through the studies, it shows that because our brain is always looking to protect us from harm. So hence, we always have a negative slant because of fear, the fight and flight mode kind of that we throw ourselves in whenever there's any risk or danger. So hence, the only way for us to overcome this is to rewire ourselves to have stronger willpower. So how do we increase our willpower then? Okay, be ready with your pens and paper, all right? And if I remember, I will also JPEG this and share it in our group. to me, this is my own experience, yeah. And one of them, I'm going to start right on the right side. Change your body to change your mind. This is something very, very dear to me. You know why? Because I started practicing Buddhism when I was very young. Even in my tween, I was reading a lot of literature, and I started doing meditation at a very young age as well. A lot of what we call mindfulness practice. But I was never the type that could sit very long doing meditation, to be honest, even till today, which is why I chose to do different forms of meditation. For example, yoga to me is a moving form of meditation, is moving meditation. Tai Chi is moving meditation. So if we find it hard to close our eyes and to so-called clear our mind or stay focused on certain things, you know what? It may not work for everyone. Meditation may not work for everyone, but what we can do is we can change our body to better regulate our mind or to change our mind. So in other words, we do not need to focus so much on the mind. Sometimes, for many of us who are really the active sort, who likes to dance and move and all that, like me, right? We can do it by moving our body. Yeah, Charlotte agrees. Hey, high five again, right? We can do it by changing our body. It doesn't mean that we need to meditate and sit there for hours. No, it just doesn't work. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you, right? No matter what people say. Okay. Now, of course, there are various forms of mindfulness practice. All right. It doesn't mean that you need to sit for 30 minutes an hour. If it works for you, fantastic. But if it doesn't, there are other forms of mindfulness practices which you can do while you're moving. All right, which is what I just mentioned. Changing your body, finding physical activities that helps you to focus your mind and calm your mind down as well to have better awareness. For example, I'm not sure how to pronounce this word. Is it called crocheting? Crocheting? You know, like you make what I call like clothes out of yarn. I'm not sure how to pronounce the word. My English is not that great as well. Charlotte, you want to turn on your mic and tell me how to pronounce the word?
It's crochet.
Crocheting. Okay, crochet. Did I get it
Yeah.
right? Thank you, Charlotte, for
Yes.
correcting. It's crocheting, right? So crocheting is actually a form of mindfulness practice. Focus on every little stage and not and avoid having your mind going all over the place. All right, crocheting is a great form of mindfulness practice too. Okay, so if that works for you, fantastic. Just keep yourself active, keep yourself aware, doing things that increases your free will and your awareness level. All right. Now, there's another area which I'm very, very intrigued with, which is the area of clinical hypnotherapy. So last year, I started to pick up a new skill because remember what I mentioned, I love to learn new skills. I love to find new challenges. Otherwise, I realized that I will age faster, right? So I picked up hypnotherapy and I learned how to do trauma cleansing. The reason was I felt that I've always been more of a person that focus more on the physical activities, more of a kinesthetic person, right? But I want to improve my ability to actually on the subconscious level, because there are times when I do not know how I can manage my emotions. Like, oh, I don't want to feel negative, but I feel so crap currently. And I've got all these thoughts keeping me up awake all night, you know? How many of us sometimes have thoughts that keep you up at night? Type 9 in the chat box so that I know that we relate, right? How much actually, have difficulty sleeping sometimes, and these thoughts keep you awake. I see Cheryl says 9, Donna, Irene, so many of us. And do you realize this? I want us to talk about this and discuss this. You know why? Because you are not alone. And when we talk about it, then we can find ways, we can be more supportive of each other to overcome it, right? Ellie says she has ADHD. Right. So ADHD people, I think I might have that too, you know. I've been told that I overthink too much. All right. I tend to like to kind of press the rewind button on my brain, like rewind what happened yesterday, what happened last week, and I just play it over and over again. Sometimes I worry about what's going to happen tomorrow, and then I will like keep on projecting my mind to the future, and it repeats over in different scenarios. It drives me crazy, right? So how many of you also experience that sometimes? Cheryl says she also replays things and overthink, right? Right. Oh gosh, I am such an overthinker, you know. So it is something that I've been working on for years. And one of the reasons why I dance, I do what I do is because I'm doing things to, in a way, bring my mind, to train my mindfulness, to focus on activities that are empowering. So, for example, why do I choose to dance in the kitchen? It's a clear message for myself, actually. It's not just to entertain and gain more followers. I mean, I appreciate you guys following me, but actually, I'm doing it for myself. It's self-therapy. Because when I dance, first of all, my mind and body gets connected. I stay present. It's a mindfulness practice for me. And when I dance, I feel alive, I feel uplifted, and also all these happy hormones that my body produces. So I feel uplifted when I move, when I dance. Charlotte is nodding her head. Do you like dancing in the kitchen too, Charlotte? Just like me. Hey, we're best friends. Yeah. So these are just
I love
some of the
dancing.
reasons.
Yes, sorry. I love dancing. I actually
Oh,
do Zumba. Yeah.
oh, Zumba. Wow.
Yeah.
You know what? I think one of these days, right, we should do like a physical, maybe what do you think if we next week, how about we do more like a physical workshop?
That
Charlotte
would be
can teach us
very
some
nice.
Zumba. Yeah,
Yeah.
Charlotte can teach us Zumba steps. I can teach you all
Yeah.
some of my dance steps. Give me a thumbs up if everybody would like that next week because we've been doing a lot of talking the last 2 weeks, right? Nice. Benza's like not quite sure. It's like, can we get Benza off his feet and dance with us? Oh, he gave her a thumbs up too. All right. Okay. So yeah, it's very powerful. It's not just about having fun. It's really, really powerful, a form of therapy, dance. All right. And if you go deep dive into it, you can Google up. Actually, there is such studies showing how dance is fantastic for therapy. Okay, now moving on, I want to give you a few more specific exercises that you can do anywhere. The keyword here is anywhere. Now, I want to invite you to type in the chat the word anywhere. That is the key. Why, again, do I choose to dance in the kitchen? Because my message is clear. You can reverse your age anywhere. You do not need to do it in a clinic. You don't need to get injections by a doctor. You can do it anywhere. All right. So here are the 5 things, exercises you can do anywhere. Number 1, you can do a body scan. Okay. I'm going to teach you how to do a body scan later. And then the second one is mindful seeing. Mindful seeing, mindful listening, and mindful breathing is very powerful. That means we are actually bringing our awareness and observing what we are seeing instead of just, yeah, how do I put this? We actually have awareness when we are actually listening. It's active listening. It's not just about, just like sometimes, when we were kids, our parents used to scold us, whatever I'm telling you is just going from this ear and it goes out that ear, right? You're not really paying attention, right? So it's being attentive. It's about being mindful of what you are seeing, and then what is the response and what actions can we then, as a result of the sights and what we've heard from there, all right? So mindful seeing, mindful listening, mindful breathing can do anywhere. Mindful breathing is a big thing for me. All right. So I want to invite you to actually Google this up, because you can learn this yourself, right? We don't have to do this in a workshop. Type this down or write this down on a piece of paper. My favorite technique is called the number 4, yeah? 4, 7, 8. What does it mean? It means 4, breathing in for 4 counts, holding for 7 counts, and then breathing out for 8 counts. Yeah, so it's a very powerful thing. In fact, I can run an entire workshop just on mindful breathing on another occasion. I would love to do that one day, because it's one of my favorite activities, and I do it many times a day. When I'm feeling agitated, when I just blew a fuse, I need to calm down. When I'm feeling really like upset about something, I'm feeling really worried about something, and I find that my breath is kind of like very short, I'm getting, all agitated, I would do the 4, 7, 8 technique. So powerful, right? So look it up. There are many other forms of breathing techniques as well, including the box technique, for example. So look it up. The box as in the square box. Box technique is basically 4, 4, 4, 4. All right. I'll leave you to do this research on your own, and perhaps next week one of you can share with me how do you feel after you practice it, right? And on one of these days we can run a full entire workshop on just on breath work. Okay. Now, moving on. Before I talk about the body scan, I want to share a very powerful resource with you. How many of you are on Netflix or on Spotify? Type S if you're on Spotify, type N if you're on Netflix, or type both if you're on both into the chat. Okay, Cheryl is on both. I'm on both as well. Both. Many of us are either on Netflix or Spotify, right? Fantastic. Amazing. I love this group. You guys are so interactive and participative. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. Fantastic. Irene is on both too. Fantastic. Now, I want to share this very powerful resource with you. During the pandemic, okay, I'm going to share something with you again, authentically. During the pandemic, I went through a really hard time, right? And one of the resources that helped me to get through that very difficult time was actually Headspace. All right. Now, on Spotify, if you're already on Spotify, Headspace has a fantastic podcast every day. All right. And because you're already subscribed, so use it, right? Amazing content. They're all bite-sized, meaning like I can't remember exact number of minutes, but it's very short. Maybe each episode is only like maybe 5 minutes, 4 minutes. So I used to listen to it when I drive to work sometimes, right? And there are really powerful stuff on Spotify. On Netflix, if you're new to meditation, you would like to learn about meditation, they have some of the most amazing guides to mindfulness practices, including meditation, including sleep, including breathing. So if you're already on Netflix, there's much more than K-dramas on Netflix, Yeah, amazing stuff. This is like gems, just waiting for us to just snatch them up. All right, and it's done so much for me. Seriously, right? But tonight is not about me, but I just want to share with you that these are really powerful resources that can help you, because there's only so much I can cover in an hour, and I don't want it to be a lecture. For you to experience your own transformation, you need to do your own research. You need to put in your own hours. Are we good? Yes? Awesome. Thank you. All right. So now, this is a breathing exercise. I'm not going to do it today, but you can do that. You look it up. Now, I wanted to share with you a simple, I promised you about the body scan, remember? Okay, can you see the picture? the man lying on the floor. Okay, now this is something that I do every morning when I get up. It is a very powerful practice to do when we wake up in the morning. Now, how many of us, honestly, right? Honestly, the first thing you do when you get up is to reach for your phone. Type 1 in the chat. How many of us, first thing we wake up, reach for the phone and you check messages? No judgment, no judgment. I used to do that a lot. In fact, sometimes I forget and I do that too, right? Now, instead of doing that, consider doing this. Take a few moments as you wake up, as your body slowly wakes up. Take some time to just pay attention to your breath. Take a few deep breaths in and out. Breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth. And just do a body scan, meaning bring your attention to, for example, in this picture, in this diagram, you see the man is basically bringing attention to the feet and then perhaps moving up, bringing it to the calves, the knees, the thighs, and just slowly bringing the attention from body part to body part, and you're just checking in on your entire body and how it feels like that moment in the morning when you just wake up. You'll be surprised how powerful this is because it helps us to pause and just reconnect with our body before we just jump up and just get overwhelmed by what's going on in the world. Just imagine this. Would you agree? In fact, not imagine. I mean, would you agree that sometimes, more often than not, I feel that there are more and more negative news right now, right? There's a lot more gossip. There's a lot of like negative news going on in the US. You hear about Trump all the time, financial crisis and accidents. And if you just turn on Google, I can assure you there's a lot of negative stuff. So if the moment we wake up, our mind, we are opening our mind and our valves to all these negative things, what's going to happen to us for the rest of the day? You get what I mean? Right. So before we open our mind and our valves to all this negativity going all around the world, not forgetting there will be people who send you like negative messages too. Right? So instead of that, focus on ourselves, check in on ourselves, because we have to love our body, we have to love our mind first. Reconnect with ourselves as we wake up. We just had a rest, hopefully a restful night. Check in on ourselves if there's any part of the body that needs a little bit more attention on that particular morning. Perhaps there's a stiff neck. Perhaps there is something tight somewhere. It's your body sending you a signal that, hey, give me some attention. You get what I mean? And how often do we do that? Actually, not very often. The moment we wake up, we are just rushing into something. One of them being the phone. And before you know it, the day is over and you realize, gosh, I think I just got through the whole day with a neck pain. I didn't even realize till the end of the day. Or sometimes even worse, because you were on autopilot, you were coping with a neck pain for the entire week before you even realize, right? So pay attention to your body. And how can we get started? Start with a simple body scan in the morning as you wake up. It just takes you like 2-3 minutes. All right. And right after that, set the intention for the day. We all have heard about this. But do we actually set aside time to set the intention for the day? What do we want to achieve, or what do we want to allow ourselves to receive from the universe as we start the day? All right. So starting the day right, we talk about mindset, right? We talk about controlling our mind, the mind control part, right? So this is how we start in the morning. Are we good? Give me a double thumbs up if you follow. Sorry, I've been talking quite a fair bit. I want to invite everyone to just stand up now. Just shake it out a little bit because I know you guys have been like so attentive, means listening to me. I hope your body's not stiff. I need to shake it out myself too. Thank you, everyone. Just losing a little bit of that tension and that, because we need to have a lot of focus, right? Absorbing all this information that I'm giving to you. All right, I'm going to remain standing for the rest of the session because I'm coming almost to a close, yeah? Just probably one or two more things I want to share with you is someone mentioned about getting rid of bad habits, right? So how many of us would like to learn how to get rid of bad habits? Anyone? Type 1 if you want to learn how to get rid of bad habits. I'll give you a quick tip. Let's see. Benza, Donna, Ellie, Fabiola, Jyoti, all of us want to get rid of some bad habits, right? I have some bad habits to get rid too, right? So when I run workshops like this, believe me, it is also for me, because when I teach, I have to, in a way, walk the talk, right? So one of the things I have been practicing, and actually I admit confession time, there are some things that I have kind of been procrastinating to work on. And one of the things is to overcome or to delay succumbing to our urges. What does an urge mean? An urge to stay in bed, urge to have extra piece of cake, urge to just be comfortable and not move around, right? There's an urge, or urge to pick up another cigarette, right? So this may be new to some of us. This term is called urge surfing. Surfing, the surf, like a surfboard, you surf on the sea. I don't know whether there are any surfers in this group here, but I've always wanted to learn surfing, but I think I've reached the age where I'm a bit scared of that now. But anyway, urge surfing means, number one, we identify the urge. What is it that we are dealing with? So step number one is basically having the awareness with all these urges. How do we overcome these urges? So instead of just not being mindful and running on autopilot, what can we do? We observe it, paying attention to the urge, and we sit on the urge for 5-10 minutes, observing it. Interesting, yeah? So it's kind of like practicing your willpower as well, just like the boy, except that this requires mindfulness to practice. Okay, interesting, yeah? This is urge surfing. Okay, I think I'm giving out maybe a little bit too much for today. I don't want to be over teaching as well because there's a lot of concepts and new stuff today. I probably want to pause right here itself. Everyone, have an amazing Sunday. Leave your message,
Thank you, you
comments,
too.
feedback. Let me know how I can improve further in the next workshop. And if you're going to do more dancing, I'm going to do some dancing next week. Let me know. All right. Okay. Cheers.
Yes.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
See you next time.
Bye.
See you.
Bye bye.
Bye.